Yo, what up, YouTube? Yeah, man, I hate not having a beard no more. Hey, but check it out. We about to get into the reasons why you shouldn't get a cold air intake aftermarket and which ones that you should go for if you decide to get one. So watch this little intro. Let's get into it.
I spent a couple thousand on Javinci. Loud pipes, bitch, I'm in the Hemi. Smoking this out of pressure, sipping Henny. I'm in that push start. Ain't no foreign, bitch, I'm in the Mopar. Niggas hating, but they ain't got no car. Mid-muffler delete for my co-star. We done came a long way, now we so far. All this money can't fit in my go yard. Keep my foot on the gas, ain't no chauffeur. Hellcat wide body on 4G. Alexander McQueen.
All right, guys. So first thing first, Dodge made their cold air intake this way for a reason. It is a reason why it's enclosed, and there's a lot of videos out there about which aftermarket intake is better, this, that, and the third, but we about to get into it. So check it out. This is the cold air intake I had on there. This is top of the line K&N cold air intake. Now, the only thing about this intake is that it's an open face intake. What's an open face intake? That means it mounts on right here, obviously, and the only thing that goes with it is a heat shield. But the heat shield doesn't do shit. The reason that the stock cold air intake is enclosed is because obviously your engine block is right here. What does your engine block do? It gives off heat. What do you want to prevent your cold air intake from doing? Sucking in hot air. You always want the coldest air to go into your manifold or your supercharger as cold as possible. That's why Hellcats come with chillers. That's why Dodge created the cold air intake to be enclosed. So with that being said, when you look at K&N cold air intakes for RTs and Scat Packs, when you look at what's another brand out there? JLT. JLT is also open. JLT even has this little fucking bag that goes over it, which is even worse because not only are you sucking in the hot air from the engine bay, but it's restricting your airflow from the bag. So, you know, the whole reason for the bag was to keep dust and debris out of it, but they ended up, you know, making it worse because now you're restricting your airflow. So, with that being said, if you're gonna go aftermarket cold air intake, I recommend for Hellcats the leg maker. Why the leg maker? Leg maker is semi-enclosed. So if you notice the leg maker, it has the air hose that comes off and then it drops down. After it drops down, it has a plate that mounts right here that covers the intake. So that's keeping a lot of the hot air from getting in. On the other hand, when you have a Scat Pack or RT, the heat shield goes around your filter. So it's not really protecting it from any heat, even though it's called a heat shield. Granted, I mean, at the time, I guess when they came out with it, it seemed like a good idea as far as horsepower. You know, on the dyno, you see like maybe 1 or 2 horsepower gain, but it's not a big deal. But when you have an enclosed cold air intake, it actually helps out way more. So if you're going to stay stock, that's the best deal. Or if you're going to go aftermarket, I recommend you find the aftermarket cold air intake that's enclosed, aka it's boxed in. It has something that, you know, is keeping all the hot air from the engine bay from transferring into the cold air intake. Because like I said, cold air intake is for cold air. The colder the air that's getting pushed through your engine, the more power you get. Once your cold air intake gets heat soaked from you pushing your car to 100 miles per hour or more, and you got an open cold air intake, you're sucking in hot air. You're losing power. So, all right, guys. So, like I said, for the Hellcat, I recommend leg maker or stock. For Scat Packs, I recommend you do the Hellcat cold air intake. The Hellcat stock cold air intake. It's bigger and it puts more airflow and it's enclosed. So for a Scat Pack, it'll definitely help you. And then for the RT, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but the RT and the Scat Pack cold air intake, stock cold air intake are the same. So what I recommend for RT, if you want more airflow and you know, better airflow, then go with the aftermarket throttle body, which will most likely be 85 to 90. And then go with the Hellcat blower, not Hellcat blower, my bad. Go with the Hellcat cold air intake as well. Or you can go with the AFE. AFE is closed in. I've heard mixed reviews about them, but you can always try it. I've heard they're a good company. They're also on the higher end, so you can always try them. But yeah, those are the ones I recommend. If you have any other recommendations, like I said, drop them in the comments. I want to hear what y'all got to say. Aftermarket cold air intake is not always the best. Unless you find one that is enclosed, then I recommend don't do it. I mean, I know, hey, motherfuckers gonna do whatever they got to do to sell their product. So they gonna let you know, hey, it adds horsepower, this, that, and the third. But imagine getting heat soaked off a cold air intake. You know, that makes no sense. You know, turbos heat soak, superchargers, sometimes they can heat soak depending on which one it is. But a cold air intake is not supposed to heat soak. So like I said, if you're gonna go aftermarket, make sure it's enclosed, not open. Enclosed, open. Don't go with the open cold air intake. It doesn't work. Appreciate y'all watching this video. Hey, roll the 1K. Let's go. Puppy giveaway at 1,000 subs. And hey, who doesn't want a puppy? You know, check out all my other videos on my timeline. Y'all can see my girls. Y'all can see the puppies that I've already produced. It's not a scam, obviously. But, you know, some people out there, they have that idea in their mind that everybody trying to scam them. So, yeah, if you're looking for a puppy, make sure you give me the 1K subs. Make sure you follow the requirements to enter yourself so that you could possibly be a winner. And we're going to get to it.